I'm Reece Stein, at your leisure, about to head into the old Queen Mine here in Bisbee, Arizona. Just one of the fabulous tourist attractions in the southern part of the state.
How many people died in this mine? I've been told about 18 miners a year from 1877
per year?
Per year.
Well, hopefully we'll have better luck as we don miners' slickers, lights, and helmets and board the same train used 100 years ago for a trip through a time tunnel. From the 1870s to the 1970s, the Queen Mine was one of the most productive lodes in the world.
There's over 8 billion pounds of copper taken out of these mines and over almost 3 billion ounces of gold and over 70 million ounces of silver.
Melvin Ray worked at the Queen Mine, then returned as a guide on a very enlightening and entertaining tour.
In this mine alone, there's about 230 miles of tunnel. Under all of Bisbee with the mining that went on, there's about 2,300 miles of tunnel.
Ray leads us up the stairs miners climb to rooms where they drilled for riches. Lucky for us, they left some of their gear behind. And some of the amenities, rather necessities, such as this mobile porta potty, getting the once-over by these two visitors. The mine is the centerpiece attraction in historic Bisbee, Arizona. The old mining town has morphed into a 21st century tourist and retirement haven without losing its character. Victorian-era structures now house modern stores, coffee shops, and hostels up and down the narrow valley. Bisbee is just one of the great visitor attractions offered up in Cochise County in extreme southeastern Arizona. In nearby Tombstone, the Clanton-McClary gang strides down Main Street towards its 30 seconds of destiny at the OK Corral. The Earp brothers and Doc Holliday pause along the way to graciously welcome some out-of-town rubes, exuding that style and confidence that will carry them through the coming clash. The famous gunfight is replayed daily to the delight of tourists, and as tacky as it sounds, it's well done, a lot of fun, and worth the $10 ante.
I really enjoyed it. I was surprised. The actors were really, really good, and I was in love with Clampett. What's his first name?
Yeah, first name Billy, and he was related to Ike Clanton, not Jed Clampett. After the show, take a stagecoach ride around town. The Wild West lives in the restored 19th century architecture, although brothels and saloons have been replaced by t-shirt shops and family eateries. Take a peek inside, where many of the fixtures are either original or dang good reproductions. If you haven't had your fill of underground excitement, head across the county and dip into the brand new Kartchner Cavern State Park. The cave isn't new, the state park is. Discovered only in 1974, cavers kept it secret until it could be protected and developed. The cave has been open for public tours for just 12 years, and it tiptoes that fine balance between tourism and protection.
It's still relatively untouched. The formations are just beautiful, and they give you the impression that, in a sense, you're the first person to be there.
It's a relatively short tour, and at $23, one of the priciest caves I've ever visited. The flowering native plant garden around the visitor center is nearly as impressive as the cave, and it's free. And speaking of flowers, the wide variety of Sonoran desert cactus is in its spring glory, and if your timing is just right, you might see the spectacular torch cactus in bloom. They light up for only a couple of days each year. Cochise County boasts several national treasures, including Saguaro National Park, with its sprawling stands of ancient giant multi-armed cacti topped with the Arizona state flower, the saguaro blossom, currently on display. Look carefully to see javelina or coyotes on the prowl among the cacti. An occasional roadrunner may also dart across your path. Jutting up from the desert floor, Chiricahua National Monument offers a mountain respite from the arid desert. It features 17 miles of great hiking trails, including the spectacular 3-mile Echo Canyon Loop through a grotto of towering rock pinnacles. The county is named for the Apache Cochise, who did battle with the cavalry stationed here at Fort Bowie. Now a National Historic Site, the fort once protected the Southern California Trail and features remains of the barracks and other important structures. The county is rich in history, some of which is protected along the San Pedro Riparian National Conservation Corridor. The 19th century mining town of Fairbank harkens back to the area's first railroad and silver mill. Gentle trails meander past the old schoolhouse, a real Boot Hill cemetery, and down to the gentle stream dwarfed by ancient cottonwoods. A warning though, the facilities here are a little dated. Spanish soldiers built an ill-fated presidio along the San Pedro in 1776. It's an easy 1-mile walk or horseback ride, as these ladies discovered.
It's a long walk, but it wasn't hilly. And then you could see the ruins, you could see the school, you could see the river, you could see the railroad. You know, I really liked it.
I think that was Southeast Arizona personified. It was desert, but then you go along the cottonwood willows. You're out in the middle of nowhere, but people live there.
Cochise County is an easy 2-day drive from Salt Lake and a wonderfully varied spring getaway. Reece Stein at your leisure in southern Arizona.